Las Vegas has changed,
in some cases for the better.
and in other cases, for the worse. In this video, we are gonna uncover the biggest changes that have happened off the Strip in the past 5 years.
And some people are not happy about those changes.
I'm Vicky,
And I'm Kyle.
and we help hundreds of people buy, sell, and invest here in Las Vegas.
And we show people what it's really like living in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. Now let's get into it.
One of the first biggest changes are the stadiums.
That's right. Just a few years back, 6-7 years ago, we didn't have any major stadiums at all. And then we got our first major stadium, which was the Golden Knights, Las Vegas Golden Knights hockey team that came as a new team that started an expansion team. And then so we got our T-Mobile Arena, which is just right there next to where the old Monte Carlo used to be, and now what's now called Park MGM. So that was the first big change. Then we ended up getting commissioned to build the Raiders Stadium, which just opened a couple years ago. So now we have the Las Vegas Raiders here, formerly the Oakland Raiders, and that was a massive change for everything in the town. And then one of the next upcoming biggest changes is they've demolished the Tropicana Hotel to make way for the
The Oakland A's.
That's right. The Oakland A's are coming to town, and they're going to be right there smack dab in the center of the Strip in some of the most prime real estate in America. Now, the question is, do people love it or do people hate it? And now it's kind of mixed reviews. A lot of people like it because they got a sports team here now. They can watch massive concerts. Like Vicky just went to see Beyonce at the T-Mobile Arena, or the Allegiant Stadium, sorry. And then other people, what are the other negative reviews about all the stadiums that have come to town?
Yeah, they just feel like all these stadiums coming to town are just bringing on a lot more traffic in those areas, a lot more congestion, which they do have a great point. The concert that Kyle was just mentioning that I had just gone to, it probably took us about 45 minutes just to leave that area. And we were also Ubering, so we took an Uber to go home. So it probably took me like an hour and 15 minutes to get home from that concert. But of course, it was Beyonce. She had a fully packed house, so it was very, very busy. A lot of people went.
Now, I also went to Allegiant Stadium to go see AC/DC, which is a really great show, and I took my young son. But what we found, and it was a complaint that many people had was that the parking was really obnoxious, and it was also expensive. We ended up parking about not too far, maybe a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile away, but we paid like, I think $25 to just park at like a mechanic garage. So like all these surrounding businesses are using their parking lots and then putting an attendant there and charging fees for the parking outside of the arena. We weren't able to park at the arena, so we had to park outside of it and then walk our way in, which again wasn't too bad, but just something to think about when people have complained about the parking and the traffic that has come with the stadiums. It's just part and party of, if you want to have an amazing stadium, you're going to have to deal with some of those negatives.
The next biggest change here in Las Vegas would be the population. And it's no secret that Las Vegas saw a huge spike in population since 2020. And that was because of the post-COVID migration. And that had brought over 170,000 people here to Las Vegas.
In fact, it might even be significantly more, because the way we track the migration to Las Vegas is through the driver's license surrenders, meaning if someone was in New York and then came to Las Vegas, if they wanted to get their license changed to a Nevada ID, they would surrender their New York license to get a Nevada license. So that's how we track it. But realistically, we don't know the true numbers, because many people will come here and their license won't expire for 3 or 4 years. So they'll just keep their license until it expires. The other thing too is there's a lot of children and kids and people who do not have driver's licenses or any need to drive. So they come here and they don't surrender a license because they don't have one. So we really don't know the true metric or amount of people that have moved here, but the majority of it, and over 1/3 of it, or over 33%, have been from California. And so it completely makes sense. That state has the most people in it. It's the most highest population, so they have the most people to give to us. And of course, something that you may not know, the #1 state that people move out of Nevada is actually to California. Many of them probably just moving back to California after they lived Vegas life and decided to go back, or maybe they got too tired of the heat. We don't really know, but the population has changed dramatically, and a lot of that has brought some traffic, which has created some complaints for other people. But again, if you know how to navigate the city, and we talk about this in many other videos, there's plenty of ways to get around town without being stuck in the drudgery of traffic. And if you really don't want to be in traffic, just kind of steer clear of the strip, because typically the 15 freeway that runs parallel to the strip and the strip are where most of the traffic's going to be. So if you don't want to sit in traffic and don't deal with it, stay away from the strip and the 15 corridor near the strip, and that'll help you out significantly.
The next biggest change is housing prices.
It's definitely no secret, everywhere in America has become more expensive for sure.
It is a nationwide.
Epidemic, if you will. But realistically, I'll give you the data. In January of 2020, the median sales price, or the most common home sales price, was actually only $315,000. Now, today, it's currently at $485,000. So that's more than a 25% increase in the last 4 or 5 years. And people are definitely complaining about that. That's one of people's largest complaint, but it's really every state has had that complaint. So we're no different than anywhere else. And currently we're seeing an increase in inventory. So values might start becoming a little bit easier for people to attain here. But again, we've showed you in many other videos. And if you want more info about it, you can check out our cost of living video in the description below. And it'll show you a little bit more about housing prices. But it's definitely no joke that homes are more expensive now. But you still get great amenities and great housing prices compared to places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, Florida, Utah, Idaho, Washington. We're still more affordable than most of the major metropolitan areas. We're just not as affordable as a rural place in, say, Tennessee or Georgia or something like that.
Even though inventory has increased over the past couple months, you can still find incredible deals when it comes to new builds. Builders are still building new homes here in Las Vegas to keep up with the demand. Now, when it comes to a new build, you can absolutely find great prices. And when I say that, it's because you can negotiate not just rate buy down, you can negotiate your closing costs. You can also negotiate a lot premium or even appliances like your washer, dryer, fridge, even blinds. And so there are a lot of great ways you can save money when it comes to purchasing a new build. In fact, we actually have a client in escrow right now, and we were able to negotiate $90,000 off the purchase of her home, which is incredible because it wasn't an extremely high priced home. It was uh, at the price of about 700,000. So that's a savings of 15% roughly when it comes to taking that $90,000 off the sale of her home.
Definitely, if you're thinking about relocating or moving to Las Vegas or buying or selling and investing, simply reach out to us at the information below and we'd absolutely love to help you.
And definitely be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We make these videos for you every single week. Next on our list of biggest changes are the boundaries here in Las Vegas. We've expanded so much in the past couple years that you have places like Cadence, Sky Canyon, Mountain's Edge, and all these are expanding throughout the valley.
Definitely, some of the biggest pushes to make newer borders are now in Kyle Canyon, where it was only private homes. Now you're seeing some track-built homes, and also in Sunstone, just across the freeway from there. So our town isn't just growing in population, it's expanding outward to become bigger and bigger, giving us more space. But some of those drawbacks are that it will take you a little bit longer to cross town because you're moving from a further distance. And of course, there may be more people or more traffic to get across that town. But again, big changes as our town is expanding. The footprint of Las Vegas is getting bigger by the day.
I was actually speaking to a client not too long ago, and she was explaining to me when we were looking at properties in a certain area here in Las Vegas that she used to go there to go horseback riding and ride with her horses, and it was just desert. It was just trails, and there were absolutely no homes there. And now it's just night and day. And she's been living here all her life. And so she's absolutely seen how drastic our city has changed. I mean, we've lived here for 20 years. So we've seen it, but she's definitely seen it grow a lot more than we have. And it's just crazy to see homes that were, just bare desert not too long ago.
And while we have been here 20 years, the last 5 have seen some of the biggest changes by far in the last 20 that we've been here.
Absolutely. Another big change that has happened here in Las Vegas is that we are now seeing a lot more homes reside within an HOA. Now, before, we didn't have that many homes residing in HOAs, and now over 75% or more homes here in Las Vegas you will find within an HOA or even additional HOAs.
Definitely, you're gonna find that most of the new product being built will be in an HOA. A couple months ago, we did a video about Henderson, and when we ran the numbers in our MLS, out of a few hundred listings that were on the market, 86% of them were in an HOA, and that number is increasing each year because only unless you're building a custom build in a location that doesn't have any HOAs, then you're probably going to be in an HOA. So you have to get used to the fact that our town is expanding, and it's expanding with more and more HOAs. Now, some people don't want to be told what to do or get yelled at because there's a weed in their front yard, or they left their garage door open, or didn't put their garbage cans away. But on the other hand, a lot of these HOAs are designed to ensure that your values are maintained and that all your neighborhood aesthetics stay the way that they should. And of course, make sure that none of your neighbors are painting their house Pepto-Bismol pink instead of the approved color palette of
We've seen it. We
We
have
have
seen the Pepto-Bismol house.
and greenhouses and black houses. So there's definitely people will paint their color houses different silly colors, but of course that's what the HOA is there to do, is make sure everything stays cohesive and aesthetically pleasing. So
And also, if you are scared of being in an HOA, just remember all HOAs are different. Some HOAs are a lot more lenient than others. So don't necessarily be afraid of your HOA. Some, like I said, are a lot more lenient.
one of our next biggest changes, and one of our favorite changes, which we think is for the better, is all the activities that are coming to town and have come to town. One major one, which has some very mixed reviews we've talked about in our videos before, is Formula One. There was a 10-year contract for it, which we still have 7 more years to go. People absolutely hate that the traffic around the strip goes crazy, and the reason for that is they're using the strip as a racetrack, so they have to block off many roads, which cause reroutes or detours that some people are not happy about. But overall, it brings great money to the city, and a lot of great tourism comes, and it's pretty exciting to watch. Another big change that happened that you've probably heard about, it's one of our largest attractions now, is the MSG, or Madison Square Gardens, not monosodium glutamate, but the MSG Megasphere, which is a giant sphere that gives you a completely immersive experience, which has been holding shows for the Grateful Dead, and now
I am going with some girlfriends to go watch the Backstreet Boys soon, so I get to enjoy that. And we've been to the Sphere and we watched Postcards from Earth.
Postcard from Earth. It's a completely immersive experience. There's wind, there's scents that are placed through the air. You're completely engulfed by a screen, so anywhere your path of vision is pretty much enclosed by the screen, so it makes you feel like you're in a completely new environment. We'll show you some clips in the B-roll right here, but Sphere has been a huge attraction. Another big one has been the Area 15. It's kind of like a shopping slash immersive slash, there's bars, there's a lot of stuff going on there. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a fun evening or afternoon to spend. They've got indoor golf, they've got a zip line system in there, an arcade, and then of course the Meow Wolf Omega Mart, which is a fun experience you can check out. We probably have some B-roll of that for you to look at too. Super cool to check out. And then coming up soon, we have the Universal Horror Unleashed being built right next to it, and that's going to be another immersive horror experience. We're not horror people, so
Yeah, you probably won't
won't
see
catch
me
us there.
going there. Just fun fact about me, I do not like scary movies. I'm just I just will pass. So I will probably not go to that. I don't like haunted houses. just not.
Yeah, you're not gonna find us there.
I don't like being scared.
Definitely. Another massive change to the strip was the Resorts World that just opened up 3 or 4 years ago. That one's an absolutely beautiful hotel and casino. We've seen Kevin Hart. We've seen a lot of things happen there, but shout out to Crossroads Kitchen, one of our favorite restaurants, which is located at Resorts World. That was a big change for the strip. Of course, off of the strip, there's been a lot of changes too. There's a place called Chicken and Pickle, which is a pickleball facility. It's one of the largest here in the state. It also serves food too. I think they have fried chicken. I don't really know, but I haven't been there yet. We don't play pickleball. We play more racquetball typically, or tennis. But long story short, that facility is now open. And of course, many parks are being built. In Summerlin, they're building the Grand Park. It's going to be the largest park in Summerlin in their new Grand Park Village. Cadence is almost finished with their Cadence Central Park on the complete east side near Lake Las Vegas.
If you are big on playing sports or have, you know, family members who absolutely love being involved in outdoor sports, you definitely have to check out that park in Cadence. It's a huge sports center, and it's just going to be incredible once it's completed.
Absolutely. Of course, we still host major festivals like EDC, but also we have the Las Vegas Festival Grounds just north of Surface Circus on the Strip, which hosts the We Were Young Festival, along with many other festivals which were not here just a few years ago. So now you get a festival grounds right dead center on the Strip. That was a huge change, and we love it. We go to the festivals there too. It's been a great experience. We've never had a problem there. And so a lot of big changes in activities have happened in the last 4 or 5 years that we feel are for the better, and a lot of people here are really enjoying them. In fact, that's another one of those reasons that people have been coming to Las Vegas, is for these new activities.
Yeah, so when it comes to the activities here in Las Vegas, we have definitely seen it evolve, and that's probably one of our favorite changes here. And that's because it's constantly changing for the better. And we would say it has become actually more family friendly.
Definitely. So if you got grandkids, bring them on down. And if you got your own kids, bring them on down. And if you just want to feel like a kid, you bring yourself on down. It's definitely a lot of great changes and things you can do here in town for enjoyment, activities, and fun. So that's pretty much it for our video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We make new videos for you every single week, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything real estate Las Vegas.
And if there is a video that you guys would like to see in the future, definitely leave a comment below. Or if you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing in real estate here in Las Vegas, of course, we would be honored to help you.
Don't hesitate to reach out to us at the information in the description, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.